Well, good morning, YouTube. That little guy down here, he's coming up and eating the salt I put out for deer. So they like that stuff, I guess. But I've been working on the furnace lately. And first, before I get really into it, I want to thank all the subscribers that have been subscribing. I'm sitting at like 280 something, I think. And just awesome. I'll be hitting 300 here one of these days and be a third, well, pretty close to a third of the way to that 1,000 mark. So anybody watching this, help me get to the 300, and I don't know, you'll make a guy really super happy. Well, I really didn't video a bunch of this, and I made another video. I might take a piece or so out of it, but yeah. This is what I got done. I got the little buckle dealies. As you can tell, if I unbuckle that, I got it so I can put a gasket in there, or some glue, not glue, gasket material. But I can unbuckle it there. I had to swap up over here because I didn't have enough room. And there's the gas line, or gonna be, and then my brain, I don't know why, I either grabbed this on accident or I grabbed this on purpose. One of the two, but yeah, pretend I screw that in there. So, and oh, no, so I have to get something that much longer. I don't know if I measured it wrong or if I grabbed it wrong or writ it down wrong, but that's kind of where I'm at. I explained in the other video, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. The motor on the fan that came from the washing machine, that must have been a bad motor. That must have been why they got rid of the washing machine, because it would run, but as soon as I put the belt on it, it would die. And then the same friend that gave me the motor gave me these pieces over here, and this was that automatic shutoff valve for the gas. And this piece, this is your power right here, runs in, and when it goes through here, it gets to the igniter, and the igniter has a resistance to it as it goes. And come on, buddy. But whatever, this thing, it can only take like 3 amps or so forth. But I was talking to, oh crud, the technician. He came to fix our refrigerator. Our refrigerator's like, didn't even make it a year. Didn't even make it a year. Brand new refrigerator, didn't even make it a year. This second repair on that thing. In fact, the first repair, they couldn't repair, so they gave me a brand new washer, or a brand new refrigerator. So first one made it about 9-ish, 10-ish months. Took a crap, and started getting super cold, and then killed out. And the second one was doing the same thing, and it was about, well, we got it in the new replacement in March-ish, and it didn't even make it a year either. But whatever, so I was asking him, and he said, so I'm just going to kind of trust in him. He deals in this kind of stuff. He said I could put a resistor in here or an igniter, but that this thing probably, he didn't think it'd work. And he said, just get on the internet and get a valve. And I said, yeah, I've been looking at them valves, because when I realized that thing only took so much, and I was going to have to put a resistor in there, I kind of started looking for them and said, okay, they're like $30. And I didn't really need it, to be honest with you. It was just a want. I mean, you see me playing with stuff with no gloves and all that kind of stuff. So what's safety? So I bought I think it was $8. Bought an $8 valve. And then another crappy thing is this valve is what I wanted to use, because it's super fine adjustment here. I mean, it takes, like, say, 10 turns to get full wide open, and then very little on the, to open it up. And I could get it from here to here with some work, but I couldn't get it from here to here. With any kind of pieces I could get, I could probably, have put, let's say, a compression clamp, you know what I'm saying, maybe a little chunk of copper line or so forth, but, it's already kind of hokey, and I'm already going to have, well, I got a possible leak, get over to here, possible leak. So, I don't know. So I got 2 valves. So I don't get to use any of the junk that I had. And I don't have let's see, that wouldn't be a tap. I can't think. You have to pardon me on sometimes my brain don't work, but I don't have anything to cut a thread. I'll say that. So I got this valve, which is, wide open and wide shut. So it'll be it won't be as fine-tuny, I won't be able to, not that it has to be that close, but I just thought it'd be easier to be able to be like the torch, it's not wide open. It's a little bit at a time, and this is going to be not that fine-tuned. And then use this one as I want to burn, open it up, shut it off, be able to shut it off. And then I was going to build a box to put the electrical in, and I bought this. I was at this, I think I got it at Menards, and I thought, hey, we're walking down, I thought, I want to check that out. So I got 3, where it could hold 3 plugs, and I thought, what I do is, I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put this yet, but I'll probably put the fan in the middle, maybe, I don't know, and I don't know, but I'll probably put I don't know yet, to be honest with you. Somewhere, fan's going to be in here somewhere. I don't have the plug-in thingy out here, but I'm going to put a receptacle in here. I'm going to run the power, let's say, from the shed to the plug, and then run everything off the plug. But that would allow me to have power at the machine. So if I wanted to, if I had something this cooking and had something already poured, and I was knocking slag off and wanted to run a buffing wheel over it, or a wire brush, I'd have another plug in without having to run an extension cord or leave the furnace unattended. And then the third spot for the diesel switch. I don't know when I'll end up getting to making that. I'll probably just gather the parts as I go, and then modifying this to, hold the diesel also. Probably at that, I'll probably just strap, it'll probably be just like a hard line here, and then maybe come down to the bottom of this with hard line, and then go rubber line the rest of the way, or, maybe even follow this all the way with hard line and then rubber line on the back. But that's where I'm at. Oh, there's the fan. I'm sorry. I forget what I was. The motor didn't work. My wife and I, we went to several different, I'll just call junkyards. It's just places that would have junk. And I found several motors, and my wife kept getting aggravated, saying, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Just buy another one. And I didn't want to, because that was let's call it $130. But I had put in some junk on a thing we got around here. It's called Craigslist. And somebody bought, I actually sold everything I put on Craigslist. But the first thing that one of this came up, I didn't want to get it. And then it was the next day after going to the junkyards that somebody called up and said, I want to buy that thing that you got. And it would pay for this. And it actually paid for that stuff over there too. That's that woolly fiber gunk. So I had to make a new dealie, and all I did is weld it. They're not all in yet, and definitely not cleaned up, but it's just tacked up here. I put a couple stops there so that this metal bar can't slide too much. And then this is just setting on it just pivots. It doesn't pivot a whole bunch, but I'm going to have to come over here. I think I might take, I don't know. I got everything open for good. Maybe not that. I still got one somewhere, I think. But let's say an eye bolt. So it'd be a bolt instead. And welding a bar in here with this eye bolt and putting a bolt through here. because when I turn on the motor, the power, it happens to run this way. So the torque, I couldn't put this over there because how I made this thing with what I had. But it torques and pulls this motor up. Now, it doesn't loosen the belt all the way. I mean, it actually still runs very well. And I've been in debate. I was telling my wife about it. She goes, put the bolt in there. But just to keep it from held down, I don't need to tighten it anymore. The weight of the motor does it fine. And oh my gosh. Okay. Watch this stupid cat. It's so annoying. Look at this. I'm gonna come over here. Oh, now you're not gonna do it, huh? Okay, there you go. Yeah. See. Now, what do you want? What do you want? Oh, what do you want? Oh, poor little guy. Okay. But I'm gonna work on that today. And when I bought some new bearings, I bought the bearings to make for that sickle bar problem, you know. And I bought these bearings and some other bearings to fix that sickle bar. And first time I went, it was on Amazon, and then when they sent me the product, they turned around and said they'd give me 10% off if I ordered by X amount of time to get any other bearings. Well, I missed that time because I didn't want to. However, got some bearings, and from Amazon, I could buy a pair of bearings through them, and I think I paid $4 more through the company. So maybe I've been looking at different junk I want to get, and I'll search it on Amazon and then go to the company to buy it, because I bought 4 of these and then 4 of the loopy ones. You know what I mean? And I bought 4 of the loopies. For basically, I think I paid like $4 or $5 more than what Amazon charged me for just this pair of the other bearings. So I got a whole shit ton of them. And since it was cheaper, you know, and I thought, what the heck? It's cheaper. Well, then I decided I'm going to waste 2 of them. So I put these in there. They're not in there. I know it works. And so I'm going to leave her hang loose. I'm going to put lock nuts on everything so it can't work free. Did have to modify that thing a little right there. I went ahead and made it so I could lift it up and down a little bit more and cut that out so that it'd be easier to get to the nut. But here's where I am, boys and girls. I started cleaning up my mess down there to get things ready. A bummer is I got my tank and it has a hose on it, and I've had it for so long, I guess, but it's always been inside. And the stupid freaking thing, I mean, I'll probably turn it on and use it, but I'm gonna have to. You probably can't see that, but look at how checked that is. It's bad. So I gotta definitely get a hose, which kind of blows. But cleaned up all the other junk in there. I started remelting some of the wax. If I pop this out, I'd show you why. It'd gotten dirty, and when you melt wax, the dirt and the crud, I might have to do it a couple times. These are pretty bad. But the dirt and the crud falls to the bottom. So I remelted it, put in there. But here's all my other junk. I'm going to have to make a couple pots. There's my oldest of my old pots. It still is in good shape. Still runs good. This is my newer pot. It hasn't burnt or hasn't used as much junk in it. But that's stainless there. There's another, that's what it was right back there. But I'm going to have to change it a bunch because, you know, this stove's a little different. I may still be able to use this, but not the way I kind of built the stove. But I still can move the lid and still get this out. So I still would be able to use that. There's my old air controller. Here's my old fan. This came out of a boat lift. It turns around if you're around a lake or anything around where boat lifts. This is what's inside that big metal box that sits on the dock. It blows air. It's just like a vacuum cleaner basically, but very powerful, and blows air into those big pontoon dealies to pick your boat out of the water. But noisy, oh my God, is it noisy. And it blows pretty good. So I had to built this, and this is my air, to regulate my air. And then I did put, I don't know, I couldn't fine tune it, I guess. I guess is what I'm kind of saying, because the fan was, well, not necessarily too much, but you could cook, I mean, just literally cook the aluminum, and you could probably, burn it away. This probably is pretty close to where it was for the aluminum, but I had to start drilling holes to get it better, or make it easier for me to adjust. And then it hooked, it actually went this way. Sorry, like this. So the fan went into this, and then I bled off of that, and then I relieved fan pressure from here. I don't know. And then I used an old, maybe Hoover, but I used an old vacuum cleaner thing. This went on to there, and then that shoved into the furnace. But that's where I'm at. I found big piles of zinc that I have in there. I'll test some of it, because some of it might be aluminum. But got everything kind of semi-organized. Some more junk I have to melt down, and my wax that I used before. Here's a pattern I'd made before. This is the new pattern. I can't wait to, or gonna be, I'm making the pattern, but I can't wait to pour these stupid handles and pour them, and I'll just go ahead and mock them up and put them on the drawers. That way I could shut them, because let me open this one up. You shut it and you can't get to it, so you have to reach under and go like this to get your fingers in there, and that one's way too heavy to do it that way. I'm probably going to have to figure a new spot for my nuts and bolts. But anyway, boy, was that a big rabbit trail. I need somebody here to kick me back on track. That little booger won't fall off now, yeah? Well, like I said, there was my thought, is putting it right up in there. I'm probably going to take, here's where I'll ask you guys what you think on that. I think I'm going to take, here's the two choices, like that, and just weld it on there, or take the thing off. This is kind of what I was thinking, and putting it on there. I'm saying I couldn't put it up here, but if I put it here, then I can run my wires off back there somewhere. But I'm thinking about doing it like that. And then I'm also in debate on whether or not to weld this. And there's a couple little holes. Maybe just, I don't know, sheet metal screwing it, or bolting it to it. So if I don't know, see if I raise it up enough. I can't lower it down enough because of this stupid thingy right there. So as I could knock this hole out, but then I'd kind of have a wet, would that even cover? Yeah, that'd be able to reach it through there, it looks like, if I pulled it down. So really that might work. Pull my wires through the second one right out the middle or out the edge, but I might do it that way. Then maybe my cover to cover my switch, maybe I just kind of drape it off the side, so if it rains, don't get on it. I might make something to throw over the top of this, maybe. Probably be better than, maybe not. Eventually, maybe I kind of hope to have a little awning or something over it, and then it really wouldn't matter, but I might poke a hole in there, maybe. Or, like I said, maybe just bolt it on there. I should never have to take the cap off, or this lid off, to be honest with you. I don't know why I would. I mean, I still have to, since this is all together, I still got to paint it. So when I disassemble it, before I disassemble it, I'll mark these things to kind of know where a flat is, and then make a little flat on it for that set screw to hit on everything. Then it shouldn't, to be honest, it should never come apart. And then to put, thread lock, or maybe they call it, I don't know, put like thread lock stuff on it, so to be honest, it'll probably never come apart. So maybe when I get it all painted, then turn around and just bolt this to it. Put no holes in it, just the one in the back, And what do you think? Fit up there pretty good? I mean, I don't think that'd be too bad. I can't hold it without another clamp to be able to slide this. I still gotta make a little bolt or something to be able to push down on this, because when I turned it on, it kind of seemed like it would move, and I can't have it come out of adjustment. So I gotta put something there. Give me your 2 cents on this idea. What do you think that would? I don't think it'd look too bad. But anyway, cheesy, but will work good. I'm going to clean it all up right now, probably. Might make a little shield for the motor, but for the most part, well, I'm not going to do just that. I'm not taking it apart till I get the rest of my gas thing, because like I said, I want to test this air thing and either make a stop or do whatever I got to do there. Once I do that, then I can tack weld this thing on and get it semi-permanent. I'm just going to use gasket sealer, like I said, and probably seal the whole darn thing up. Probably don't even need to, so I might not even do that. Maybe I'd wait to see if I ever put the gas inlet in here, if that makes sense. But odds are I'll never do that. So what do you think, guys and gals? I notice there's some girls that watch this. I'm kind of amazed, but maybe they just watch the pigeons and animals. Maybe if you guys like to see more of that, you can tell me. But what do you think? I think it's turned out pretty good. I said I got to take this. I think that is where I'm going to get, but I'm kind of at a standstill. This is just kind of my mock-up. This will go in here. Whoop. There. You guys go for a funny ride. This will come in here like so and come up into there. And I am also thinking, you guys give me this 2 cents too, if this would be retarded or over wussy or whatever. I don't know. You guys just have to deal how I talk. I'm thinking about getting some, might look at my scrap or ask my friend, but they make that like a metal wire cover. I don't know, probably not this one, I reckon. I don't know if I'll even do it, to be honest with you, but I debated on putting wire cover in it. But I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. Probably the next video, you probably won't see this running until I'll probably be painting it by the time you guys see us running. I didn't get to paint, or I probably would have already started, but tell me if you want to watch me try to figure out how to cut this crap out, or if you want to watch me do the concrete in it, or not concrete, this stuff over here. And also this is, Menards really blows goats. They told me this is like $56, and then they turned around, I got there and it was like $68. And they said, oh, that was a 10% or 11% of rebate. It's like, well, all your other crap already says it's this much after the rebate, and then this stuff automatically wasn't. So they only had 2 bags anyway, and I got this bag cheaper because it was broke open. And I got this for $50, this one down here. But I thought about using perlite. Mixing, since I think I had it figured as 3 bags, is getting some perlite, and because this is just for basically mortar to put in between the bricks. And I thought, I said, no, perlite might work, but tell me what you think. If I, instead of like a sand or anything, if I mixed, I don't know, two of these to 1 of perlite, might get my 3 bags, of course, and be able to do the whole thing. Or if you think that would be a silly thing to do, or maybe you don't even know and you're just going to be guessing like me. If you think, just tell me if you're guessing and say you think it might work, because some of the homemade brew mixes can use perlite, and it seems to hurt, from what I can understand, seems to hold up fairly decent. But that was my plan anyway. I forgot to get sheet metal screws, so I'll get sheet metal screws when I get some paint. And I don't know. That's really all I got to say about that. Anyway, give me all your 2 cents. How silly that was to do. Whether I should use some metal conduit crap. Not metal, not the wiggly kind. Like the gas line stuff. The wiggly kind. I think that'd be kind of silly, but I don't think anything will get on here. Nothing should spill, because if it spills, it'll be spilling out this hole down in here. And I think I kind of thinking about putting this in some sand. So if it does, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, just tell me anything you think, and so forth. And love y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really, really appreciate that. I'm almost at 3/4 of the way, or not 3/4, 1/3 of the way. But anyway, thanks for everybody's support. It's really awesome. If you're watching, please subscribe. Help me get to that 300, and I will catch you on the flip side. See ya.